Stand to my course, and welcome back to another episode of RogueTech as we continue the campaigns of Howl's Harrows. And the last time, the King Crack and the Black Knight finally got to shine as the Black Knight managed to completely annihilate an Atlas, which was pretty cool. Or did it? Yes, it did. It came into the side, smashed it with just the end of TSM because I decided Berserker wasn't necessary. And King Crack dueled with his nemesis, another King Crab with a pair of Gauss rifles, and it was rather scary because we got down to like 37 armor. But hey, we have more stuff to get. 417 Predator Salvage on a battle, 534,400 Seabills, and another 5 skulls. We have the Mechs, we may as well take advantage of them. Although the question is, how long can we keep this going? Oh my god, I just realized. I was trying to do other things recently, and so my sound is way high. Okay, perfect. So, we are evasive, we are prepped, and it is turn 1. We do understand there are currently 4 units in this battle on the opposite end of the map. That means there's also another reinforcement lance which shows up right over here. Yeah, things will be fine. It'll be great. We'll be able to annihilate them. I know it says random spawns, but I don't believe it anymore because I think it's just random for me at this point. Start running our people forward. We have a lot of ground to cover, and hopefully we can manage to avoid getting bombarded to absolute annihilation again. The problem that we ran into was we just don't have quite enough firepower on our artillery mechs to be able to reliably and easily annihilate a target in a single turn. That needs to change. So I'm going to be looking into altering a couple of our mechs, or perhaps even building a new mech so that we can start taking advantage of some more long-range aggression. I want to upgrade the Vulture to something not quite so vulnerable. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do a whole heck of a lot with that Vulture. It is kind of limited. So the goal is going to be to pick up a slightly larger mech. The biggest problem that we're currently running into is the fact that all of our arrows, and we have a few I believe, all of our arrows are currently inner sphere arrows, and those weigh 15 tons. 30 tons of gear is a lot of weight to put on something that's trying to keep up with my lance. So we're going to have to come up with, hopefully find a mech. Honestly, a Catapult Mark II would probably be the best choice to sort of add on to what we're currently doing. But yeah, that'll take a little bit of time in order to get our hands onto, but it is this thing we're looking for. The other thing we also want to upgrade, I do believe I mentioned this last time, the Catapult 3 is a little bit too vulnerable for what it is.
Affirmative, Commander.
I moved him slowly just to see if I didn't stumble onto something, but I do believe that the reinforcements will spawn in from right over here, start to move across, so I'm not all that worried just yet. Although things could go wrong really quickly, as we saw last time, where just suddenly all hell broke loose and we had no real idea exactly what we were supposed to do. Well, no, we had an idea what we were doing. Unfortunately, we just had to take some damage. Enjoy the arrows.
Not much armor left in that location.
Good, so we're causing a decent amount of damage to the unknown targets already, which is exactly what I want to hear. So we're just going to continue to run everybody along. We're going to start our long-range artillery engagement. This is something we did not do in the first fight. We mainly focused on just waiting until we got into range to start engagement. I don't think that necessarily is the best idea. I think just bombarding them as much as we can now, see what we can manage to get done on the enemy, and then sort of pull on through as best as we can. King Crack, of course, not able to support this because King Crack is a direct fire weapon for the most part, and while incredibly brutal, if he can get a target on you, it is very limited in the types of targets he is allowed to engage at the moment. It's not a bad thing or anything against him, it just means that I have to actually see what I'm shooting at, whereas artillery doesn't matter. Enjoy! More thumpers. Oh, you're an internal combustion engine, and so are you.
Damage minimal.
Right, I have primary targets now. It's not like a little house on the valley. It is, in fact, ICE engines. ICEs? ICEs. We, of course, are going to switch over to Inferno now that I know that I've got a target. Now that I can track something. This is why you don't want to use ICE. Internal combustion engines, terrible idea. Don't use them. We didn't start the fire. Oh, wait, no, we did. We absolutely did. And we're going to continue to put the pressure on. I do find it somewhat ironic that the mech that is named after a siege weapon is not actually one of our artillery mechs. It does quite amuse me. Black Knight's going to need a little bit of time to actually get in on target. I'm quite happy with the amount of ammunition we have with it. Makes me feel quite content and safe with the amount of firepower. Sustained firepower, I suppose, from the point defense systems that it brings. Okay, we got it in wit. In wit. We'll be able to take him down. It'll be fine. It's a bit of a shame that we're not going to be able to get another The heck did you just break? Not going to be able to get another Inferno shell on top of the target, unfortunately. I could drop a pair of Inferno arrows. That might actually be an okay idea.
Let's move.
Okay, being a little bit overly aggressive on this one. What do I got? Yeah, that's not good enough. Instead, I'm going to lay down a little bit of ice right here. Not ice. I'm going to be laying Inferno. All the fire onto the ice. Don't use that. Okay. Fire abounds. We now have multiple people who are currently burning, and that is exactly what we wanted planned. We can also see there's an internal combustion engine right there as well. So, not good for stealth.
Yes, Commander.
Pretty bad idea when it comes to trying to move unnoticed. But that's fine. It went currently stealth, not a target for us to be able to engage at the moment. So I'm just going to sort of keep the pressure down. I have to search for a fire particle in the middle of fire particles. You know what? I'll just shoot right there. It'll be close enough. Pinpoint accuracy not required. We have artillery. Although we will probably start hurting them even more. There goes the internal combustion engine. See?
Look alive. We've got
He's an artillery gun as well. We are going to have to keep that in mind. Perks in your onager. We're going to need the Maggie to take care of whatever Mr. Artillery is.
Let's move.
And that'll be grand. In the middle of the forest is both a good thing and a bad thing. Good thing because, you know, I have protection. Bad thing because, well, unfortunately, that protection becomes very limited under certain circumstances. Actually, do you have a target just sitting here? I mean, he did move pretty quickly, so there is that. So just gonna rush on in. Actually, no, first, haha, almost forgot. So everybody needs to be set over to overload mode because this round is the round where the long-range engagement begins. And I want to make sure that everybody's actually ready for it because otherwise we're just going to get bombarded into oblivion. You can turn your missile launchers on. They're fun. They bring a lot of firepower to the table that I really want to be able to dump on top of people. Alright, Mockingbird. Good. Sprint. Rush on forward.
10-4.
And then you're going to drop another Inferno shell on top of everybody's favorite ballista artillery tank.
10-4.
And now he's burning. It's going to lay fire down across the entire place. Unfortunately, we are, however, destroying the wind power, which I suppose is not the best thing in the world. However, I would note that, well, never mind. I won't get into that. We need nuclear power. That is what we have. Luckily, we have fusion cores inside our mechs, so power is basically unlimited. I won't do the Emperor Palpatine joke, but you can insert it there for me. It'll make my life easier and yours as well.
Moving fast.
More artillery, going to be targeting the devil we know at the moment, the ballista artillery tank. Another pair of shells. It's not the best for this sort of work, but it does the job okay. Looks like we've managed to quit the sniper cannon. That's pretty nice. Of course, the Black Knight running through all of this coverage, trying to get to as close as she can to the target as soon as we can. There are limitations on how fast we can move. Also, Showboat is not a very good pilot at the moment. She's training, but training slowly. Enemy currently having to deal with fire and, you know, just existing at the moment, which is always nice. This is why we bring as much fire as we can. Our arrow mech, our next arrow mech, our larger arrow mech with more power, which could have been a Warhammer 2C, although I probably would have built a Warhammer 2C into something else. But yeah, our next armed missile mechs. Armed missile mechs? Missiles on the arms? Okay, I was worried for a moment. I thought I was being fired at by arrows. Clearly not. The Imwit attempted to fire an LRM-20 at me, or equivalent thereof. I didn't realize Anubises had that. Got a Fulcrum tank as well. Normally you're lasers, aren't you? If I remember correctly. Although it is a Fulcrum one, it might be SRMs. Not super familiar with the Fulcrum line of vehicles, but we will annihilate them. I'm a little bit surprised at how light this force is at the moment. This reinforcement is not at all what I was assuming it would be.
Ready to rock.
Coach's Catapult. Coach's Catapult is going to be aggressive, but not stupid, I suppose would be the best way to put it. Okay, no new targets on sensors. We do have the Fulcrum right over there. We've got the Anubis over there. It is a risk MML 10. Okay, that is... So it's a risky Anubis, which is important to take down. You are also a risky mech. We got a risky Inuit. Wait, what are you? I see you, but I'm not in range of you. What are you? We have... Let me see if I can get this. Malinche? La Malinche. So La Malinche is currently equipped with an AC-10 from Kali Yards, BPC, a large pulse laser, and LRM-15 equipped with thunders. So he's a jerk. What is La Malinche currently a mech of? Is that a Mini Highlander? No. To Shadowhawk? Can't really tell if I'm completely honest. I'm not that good with that silhouette. Anyway, so let's knock out the Fulcrum. Prime target right in front of us. Light it on fire. Didn't kill it. Little disappointing. Was expecting and hoping that the entire mech would disappear. Didn't quite. My ECM has been removed. That's concerning. I'm going to have to get everybody forward because ECM removed means I'm vulnerable to fire and I don't like that. Being vulnerable to fire is, of course, a very negative thing that you don't want to have to deal with whenever possible, because being vulnerable to fire can result in things such as grievous injury, missing limbs, and death. Consult your physician if you have found yourself no longer protected from incoming fire today. Alright, so we got a Centurion. These things are ubiquitous at this point. I'm betting it's a CN11, no guarantee, but it seems to be all the vogue. There's at least one Centurion sort of sitting in the way. It doesn't really do anything, it just exists. And we got shelled. We got shelled from a thumper artillery vehicle. Okay, not as bad as the ballista. They're of course going to focus on the catapult because the catapult is way on forward. I've got to get somebody with a little bit of AMS protection in there as well, because right now, dude is on his own and that's not okay. We stick together, we fight together, we win together. Is that a stalker? Pardon me. It is a stalker, okay. Standard stalker. So, the 2 LRM-10s, 2 SRM-6s, 2 large lasers, 4 medium lasers. It's the 2-2-2-4, which is honestly not a terrible stalker, but I generally wouldn't bother with it. Okay, you can rush up. You can get surprisingly close to that Fulcrum. I did not realize that, but that's okay. So, you are going to target everybody's favorite ballista. Enjoy the arrows, they're just for you. And he's gone, okay. So one of his artillery vehicles is no longer in existence, which is good. 25% of support lance is being down. We haven't been shelled by arrows just yet, which is, I don't know, hopeful. Got a PPC, missed by 30%. Not feeling too bad about it. I think I'm being jammed by the Fulcrum right now. We'll have to take care of him because I don't like that. We have a King Crab. Oh, was that a plasma rifle then? It might have been, but I think it's actually a PPC. It's one or the other. Because there's a King Crab that is equipped with a plasma rifle, and I find it to be hilarious because of how slow the King Crab is. Hi, I have more Hydras. I see that the job wasn't done properly the first time. Let me give you more. There we go. Okay, no longer having to worry about his jamming or counter-jamming field, whatever he was putting out. It has been dealt with. So 2 enemy units down of 1, 2, 3, 4, 20. Should be able to handle it. So 18 versus 8. The Stalker is an interesting grab. I'd actually like to grab a Stalker. They're a very flexible design. The King Crab doesn't really do much for me. I have a King Crab already, so blowing it in little tiny pieces is not exactly a bad thing. It just happens to have some really nice gear on board in general. Not always, but in general. Still don't know what La Malinche is. We'll have to figure it out at some point. And then, of course, we got our Inuit and Anubis just hovering around. I have no idea what they're actually supposed to be doing. Okay, guys, we need to get the rest of the alliance up here because our catapult is just taking rain for no reason. Oh, it's a longbow. Ooh, Stalker or longbow? That's an interesting question. I lean Stalker because I like Stalkers. They're so cool. But the longbow is also very cool. Not quite the version of the longbow that I was anticipating when I actually looked at the I don't know, it's not line art, but if you go to Sarna and you look at the longbow, there's a very cool version which doesn't quite have like circular arms. They become a little bit more angular in shape, and I think that one looks really cool. But bring the Thanatos on forward, he'll probably just shell one of the artillery vehicles. We know of one. Do we know where both? No, we don't. That's okay. We don't really need to. Target 44%, not good enough. We'll just lay down a high explosive. Drop it right next to the Stalker. He can get a little bit of love too. So we've also got an Atlas currently sitting here with the Gauss rifle. So it's an Atlas K, I believe. Single medium pulse, LRM-20 Gauss rifle, 2 large lasers on the hands, and the AMS. This was actually Sprogue's original Atlas from the first time I ever booted up Mech HQ and was like, you're going to make a character for me because I don't want to have to like generate this all on my own. Turned out to be very incredibly useful. He was a headshot master with that Gauss rifle. It was hilarious. It wasn't like any intentional thing by me. We weren't playing with gold shots. He would just like get headshots. It was great. Bring forth the Emperor. Actually, can the Emperor hit his target from here? The Stalker, I want so bad. 52 is not good enough. Continue the indirect bombardment. Hi.
Fire.
We broke something important on that one. And keep your walk for it. The Emperor is not part of the counter missile defense team, so he doesn't need to be on top of things at the moment. King Crab! King Crab can see a target. He can't kill a target from here. The range is still a bit too long. We'll move into a position. Yes, I know, a little bit risky for artillery, but I think we've got that mostly under control. And the Mackie. Should probably not bother with another Inferno Shell. Let me check. Inferno Shell would be almost guaranteed on the kill. Yeah, we're using Infernos mostly for anti-vehicle work. So this is okay. And he's shattered. Taking out another enemy target. Now you are part of the anti-missile brigade, so I would like to get you up a little bit closer sooner. But we'll take what we can get at the moment. Overlapping fields of fire on our anti-missile systems, which is always good. That's exactly how you want to play it, so that all of your people can defend each other. You also want to get your anti-missile defenses on somebody who's got high gunnery, so that way you can overload the system without having to worry about it jamming so much. So put gunnery pilots onto it, put gunnery cockpits onto it, put gunnery life support onto it, max that sucker out as much as you can. Ooh, a Victor. Haven't seen many of those. Except for the Long Tom version. Oh crap, are you the Long Tom version? In any event, we're taking missile fire. Catapults AMS currently on selfish mode because it's way safer. We've tried using non-selfish mode. It has generally resulted in explosions of the likes that we didn't like. The Victor is not just a standard Victor. Okay, we can take that. So, of these people, I think about the longbow and oh my goodness. So it's a very, very risky king crab. Oh god. So he's got a AMS built into his sensor systems. He's got 2 risk rotary Arc-5s, which we are packing the better version because we have 4 of them. He's also got the heavy MRM-40 and the ER-PPC with capacitor built in. I don't think they're actually all that good, the PPC round. Just PPCs in general in RogueTech suck, but except for the snub nose. Get your hands on a snub nose, use that. That'll do your only real good PPC. So I don't think actually, I think the ER-PPC CAP is actually just slightly worse, or it might be slightly better. I'm currently working on a massive spreadsheet of all the RogueTech stuff. I finished PPCs the other day. It's for 1.8, so if they're different from the 1.7 version of them, then it doesn't quite apply, but yeah, you can actually find that spreadsheet if you head over towards our Discord. Go to the BattleTech channel, check the pins. It's named AC2 multi-shot rework or something like that. And there's 2 pages. One is classic BattleTech, basically mostly translated into RogueTech, and the other one is for RogueTech only in 1.8. We've been going through the GitHub and learning all kinds of interesting and fascinating new things that we kind of almost wish we could forget sometimes. Ooh, I think I have to take this advantage and kill the Anubis. So, goodbye.
Copy that.
He's a light mag. That may have been a bit overkill.
One left target.
But I didn't want to have to deal with him. I don't want to have to deal with a sensor jamming mech. That's not okay. We're going to pull you back to get a little bit of cover. After all, if you're too far forward, you'll get jumped on by everyone, their cousin. Getting to this king crab is actually going to be kind of difficult. I want to take him attack because he's got a lot of risk gear on board, which I may want to steal. As much as I would like to get my hands on another mech, I don't really need another mech. We're kind of okay at the moment for what we can do. Oh, but we'd be... Ow. I should have expected that. I've got to deal with that. That's actually really important. The Emperor is not designed for direct combat, unfortunately. It'd be really cool if I could have all of this stuff and direct combat capability, but the mech was just never built to do it. He's in the line of sight. Do you have a direct shot on him? You do not. I could... Oh my god, it's a heavy PPC. That is a fascinating Centurion. I would love to turn it into hamburger. Okay, let's see if I can't get a little bit of direct fire action going on in here. Thanatos, can you brawl? Thanatos does not brawl. Thanatos never learned how to do it. Okay, that's fine. High explosives. There you go. Enjoy.
Engaging.
Pop. Close enough. Good job. The Victor is going to be dangerous if we let him in close. However, we have a couple of counters to him that will literally just shut him off. So I don't even really have to worry about him too much. We have dealt with all the vehicles, which is quite nice. I think cooking the Victor might actually be not a terrible idea. I mean, I know that Centurion's going to be annoying, but the Victor has a lot of in-your-face damage that I don't want to deal with. So let's just start getting him prepped a little bit. Nothing too crazy. We are going to avoid using our very limited stock of hydras. I just want to see what sort of ranges I'm dealing with. I can't get into a range, but it becomes a little bit dangerous at that point. Let's go for La Malinche. Hi. Quite a few hits despite the low accuracy, so I'm going to be very happy about that. Starting to dish out a little bit of heat so we can start seeing where we want to push with it. Do we want to hit La Malinche? Do we want to continue to pound into the victor? Is it important to swing over to start focusing on the Centurion? The next couple of rounds we're going to figure that out. A little surprised the Atlas has been sitting back for so much. It's... well, no, actually, no, I shouldn't be. This is very much a long-range fire support Atlas. I mean, Gauss Rifle, ER large lasers, and LRM-20. And it's got a pulse laser for point defense. So really, actually, him hanging out on top of the field is normal. It just seems at odds with what I normally internalize what an Atlas is, which is the Atlas 7D, which has an AC-20 on his shoulder, well, on his hip. And that's always quite a lot of fun to bring in close, but you, of course, got to get in close. What is La Malinche? It's bugging me. I know it's a hero mech of some description. I just want to know what it is. 26 of 50 shot down. That obviously came from our longbow friend, who we would kind of like to steal. Turn him into an arrow bow. I would love to do that so much. Can't remember. How many tons is a longbow? Is that 85? If that's 85, that'll be more useful to us than the stalker. More fire onto the planet. And how many shots this time? They are firing a whole bunch of scatter rounds at us. 45 missiles. Ooh. Oh, they still have a carrier. I see him and identified. Death Crusade. Yeah, you're not going to have a line of sight on that carrier, I know that. But what you will have a line of sight on is either the La Malinche, which I may want to capture, or our Centurion. Let's go say hi to the Centurion. Hi. Let's go see if on a 20% I can kill the Centurion. I kind of would have preferred if you said I'll give him the big baboom, but the whole 9 yards works as well. So we laid into him quite nicely. Another PPC over from that King Crab. It is an ER PPC CAP, which means it does like 5 or 10 damage more. So it is something you gotta kind of keep in mind. Did you at least make... you did not even make him unsteady. It's actually really kind of disappointing. However, we have a primary target. There's an extended range LRM carrier. Hi.
Fire.
Sorry we didn't give you the love that you deserved, but allow me to start making up for that by firing all of the weapons at you. Gonna move into cover, gonna move fast. After all, that heavy PPC is still gonna be a bit of a pain. I will figure out what you are. Oh, wait, are you a charger? Yeah, that's the charger silhouette. Absolutely, 100% positive. Because of the shoulder pads and the flat head. Because part of me was thinking, like, is it a Highlander? But no. Look at that. He's an empty-handed charger. His other hand is currently missing because we're not allowed to see it because we don't have sensor information on him just yet. Or maybe not. Maybe I spoke too soon. I want to say it's a charger, but that might be a Victor? God, what are you? You're bugging the heck out of me. We'll find out when I tear it apart. Sniper, Inferno ammo. Yes, we have a primary target for you. We didn't even realize. And... oh, just gone. Completely gone. With any hope, that'll actually be the last of our artillery friends. So, aside of course from mech-based ones. Point defense has that under control now. More incoming missiles, but it's only 15. 15 is manageable. Comes from a source that we don't care about. Actually, I'm trying to figure out who actually fired at 15 missiles. Give an LRM 20, that doesn't make any sense. Did it come from La Malinche? Or the Imwit? No, the Imwit is carrying MMO 10. Yeah, La Malinche has the LRM. Alright, Black Knight. You have jammed your AMS, but that's kind of to be expected if we're completely honest with each other. Alright, jamming. And, no, get that temperature up. Buzz up, baby. I don't think we actually caused any damage. That's okay, that's not why we have you along. Of course it's getting hot in there, that was the point of the mech. You get that sucker nice and toasty. Oh, I could just drive up behind La Malinche and cut it into pieces. That may actually be the smartest idea. So you have risk gear as well. You also carry a significant amount of risk gear. I mean, you are risky mechs. You're not actually risky. You're just a heavy PPC MML7, which makes you advanced, don't get me wrong, but you're not a risk mech, so I don't really care about you. Hi. Oh, that's so good.
Roger that.
He's not dead, though. We made an error in our targeting, and thus no death for us today. Slip on back, wait on for it, and prepare for more damage. I can't believe we haven't actually destroyed any of the primary targets. Let me guess, it's the longbow, the stalker, the atlas, and the victor. Because you're too advanced for this. Well, actually, no, the atlas is also kind of advanced for that. Oh! There's a kaiju. Huh. That's the second king crab. Okay, that's different. Huh. What does the kaiju have? Isn't it like 4 AC5s or something like that? No, it's masks energy. Oh, so it's PPCs, large lasers, pulses. In any event, he's an inverted crab. So that's interesting. So we're dealing with 2 king crabs of very different setups. Don't think I have any interest in them, unfortunately. Large lasers blasting away towards the onager. I think he recognizes the danger that the onager poses. But yeah, that's an interesting one. So the kaiju is energy-based king crab, literally the opposite of a normal king crab. Incoming PPC, no connection. That was probably your last mistake, if we're completely honest with each other. Actually, no, you'll be there for a little bit longer. We have no real interest in salvaging a kaiju other than bragging rights, so I'm just gonna mark it for death. Kaiju's marked for death. You're marked for death via left torso because you have a Gauss rifle. You're marked for death just because you have nothing I care about. Look at what he did. He came so close to killing him. That's 2 more hits on the center torso. Would have utterly annihilated the mech. Alright, catapult. Caterpie? No. Wrong series. Hi. Do you have jamming going on right now? Target moved. No, target did not move. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go Inferno, because I didn't do this last time. And that's not quite a barbecue, but close. Had I attempted a barbecue last turn, that would have been a barbecue. Sadly, I was too hasty in my clicking of buttons. And now La Malinche will have a counterattack. Yes, thunder ammo. I hate it so much. Incoming missiles! Is this the 50 missiles from the longbow that I just suffered? Yes, it is. Okay. So moved ourselves a little bit out of comment. Oh, another vehicle. It's a Shiltron E with MML9s with swarm improves. Oh, there's another king crab. There are now 3 king crabs on the field and a heavy TBM-15 carrier that came out of nowhere. Okay. So the Shiltron needs to be taken care of. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. He's only got a whole bunch of... He's got 3 MML9s. But, yeah.
Orders?
If I could get some artillery support on top of the TBM carrier, that'd be great. Fire away. Burning through all of my high explosives. Good strike near the target. Okay, you need to move in a little bit over here now. Cover us a little bit better. Death Crusade. King Crack. Kraken has arisen. Oh, I see another thing. I see the Shieldron, which is nice, and the longbow, which I want to capture. So I can probably kill the Centaurian. Shut off one of my rotaries. Let the gun run. I am impressed. You impress me. Feel honored. Otherwise, you're going to explode. Oh good, it's all of your weapons. So I don't care about you anymore. So the TBM-15 carrier needs to die priority from any of my long-range artillery, like Jester. Oh no, yeah, Jester is exactly what I'm looking for. Do you have a direct line of sight? Or not a direct line of sight, but a good attack on it? Kind of. Yeah, if I warlord it. Let's give it a warlord. And for safety, we'll use shape charge. Aha! So the reason why you use shape charge for safety is if it lands at your feet or lands next to a friendly on the distance towards it, it is not more likely to deal no damage to them because the shrapnel, yeah, well, the blast radius of the shell is much smaller. Makes it a safe way of trying to deal with problems, at least in my opinion. So if you're gonna go for that strike, then you have a safe alternative.
What can I do for you?
Hi, do you get to La Malinche? Oh, you don't. You don't get to La Malinche. You're gonna reserve. Maybe La Malinche will move closer. I need more speed out of this mech. Where can I find more speed? I have already crammed in pretty much everything I can into that mech to make it as quick as I can, minus of course a supercharger because I don't have one, and as aggressive as I can. It's got a big engine and everything that I can put into it. Alright, Odegar, lovely, thank you. Odegar, please fire support La Malinche. I know, I just said I'm trying to get La Malinche to come here, but oh goodness, you're about to get shot by an AC-20. It's gonna suck, so grit your teeth and bear it.
Roger that.
Good, and barbecue. Okay, La Malinche is no longer going to fight us. Am I saying La Malinche a lot? Yes, I am. So we'll see if we can't cook him out. Just because. 95 ton assault? Ooh boy. Atlas has decided he wants a piece of this, and that's why I braced him. Oh. Vigilance, one of the best abilities.
I'm here.
Possibly the best ability in the game. My last sniper shell with Inferno. Just gotta check. Shiltron E, that appears to be it. Okay, Shiltron E, it is. Inferno Direct. Coming to your door. Delivering 5 seconds or less. Good hit. Good hit.
Out of AC-20 ammo.
Alright, cycle down to your normal high explosives.
Location.
And then of course your shaped charges, which will only really come in handy once, you know, everything else is sorted out. So what you're going to do is you're going to run on forward. Oh goodness, I don't want to run you forward there. Have you gone yet? I don't know. I'm going to give you a reserve. Okay, she came up again. Vigilance. To counteract the reserve I just gave her. Sprint. Out into the open. And you're going to shoot at his head. Turn that back on. Utilizing no lasers. Okay, never mind. You will not shoot at his head. He's improved to confident. 23. What did you roll? God, where is she? Wow. With a vigilance.
Good to go.
You managed to roll. There are days. There are days. Okay, let's see if I can't bail her out. Because she's gonna need it. She's gonna need it bad. Inferno plasma cannon, full on warlord. Let's see if I can shut this down before all hell breaks loose. Okay, I hit the plasma cannon that I needed, and that's enough cook. Okay. Bailed out. It was a mistake on my part, to be sure, but I was expecting her to roll better than a bloody 17. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Coach.
Ready to rock.
Right, you're gonna continue attempted ejection operations over here. Steady, not feeling it. He's having a bit of a bad day, but that's okay. That's the plan.
Roger that,
You
Commander.
can move off to the side. You are cooking a little bit. I'm not happy about that. You're also starting to extend past normal AMS, which is also ungood. We'll take care of that soon, though. Centurion coming up forward. He's got literally no weapons. I shall invest no heat into you until you get into melee range, sir. And then I will probably punch you because there's nothing left on your mech. God, there's so many king crabs. What would this be? Like a pod of king crabs? Like, how are crabs delineated in, like, groups? Are they swarms? Are they colonies? I think it might actually be colonies. I'm trying to remember from Deadliest Catch, which, by the way, is a show I used to love watching. I haven't watched it in a while because I don't have TV anymore. Ah, you're risking me. He's risking me good.
Getting banged up real good.
But if you're in Risk Rack 5 range... Okay, you're not quite in normal range, but I might be able to hydra you to death. How badly? Oh, damn, that was rough. That was rough. This mech is not designed to take fire. This mech is designed to surprise you and then hurt you before you can take fire. Much like the Onager. Although the Onager is a little bit beefier. More designed for direct-on combat when needed. But we rolled like garbage. We only had, what, 1 above 20, and that was with a vigilance on 2 pilots. Oh! Who's got the heavies? What was that? Was that the kaiju? Oh, they're bombast. That's a hell of a king crab. You're garbage just because you're nothing but PPC Donalds, but that's impressive. Oh, wow. Okay, that's scary. That's a king crab worthy of consideration. Yeah, we're just gonna keep the shelling going on until you stop existing. And nearby. I think we managed to crit a couple of things. You're gonna start moving over towards in. See if you can't give us a little bit more AMS protection. We're starting to run low on ammo, but we're also starting to run them dry on people who can, you know, do that. Chiltron, opening fire on the Black Knight, that's fine. That is reasonable. Shooting at the Black Knight is perfectly okay. Death Crusade. Well, one of your guns is broken. You see the longbow, but I'm trying to take the longbow, you see? Makes it a little bit more difficult. That'll do for now. It's not a great position. I mean, we're shooting very much uphill. But I can see the Shieldtron from here. Run it. Gone.
Reporting vehicle destroyed.
Good.
Hey, watch the heat.
It's operating very well. As what I intended it to be. It's doing a good job. It'll fire 2 risk rotaries in the next turn, and that will unjam it. That will unheat it. Atlas going for a pulse. Wow, that's a huge radius. It's got to be some kind of UAV.
Ready for orders.
All right, Vulture. Let's start taking control of what's going on here. Could go for guidance, but I'm actually hoping I can, you know, nail him. Right, these king crabs just need to explode. So good hits. Okay, looks like they were both clustered on the side, which is not a bad thing. It's what I'm noticing.
Roger that.
So the only people left are the longbow for the heavy artillery, which, and out of nowhere, the Ontos Mark 6. Got it. Nice to know. Gotta bring the catapult back into the fold. It's too dangerous. Too exposed on that flank, especially with the king crab looking at it. So the Ontos Mark 6 with light Gauss rifles and ER LRMs. And an Ajax command vehicle. Where do all these bloody vehicles come from? Ooh, laying down heat. That's not good. Where is this? My Ajax B command vehicle with triple missile. Okay, looks like I'm not done. Darling, do you want to beat the ever-loving crap out of a victor? I would think that you do. So let me put it this way. We deal 823 damage right now. His entire armor value is 800. I could blow through his entire armor in one go. I think I can just punch him to death without using it, but I kind of want to save it so when I run into the king crab. What's your cooldown? 4 turn cooldown. You know what? Just 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play this game the way it was meant to be played. At maximum speed with twin hatchets. Hi.
This is gonna be good.
And he's gone.
Did you see
Oh, he hit the right arm, traveled through the right torso into the center torso, and turned the entire thing into some form of red goop. Beautiful job. Very proud of you. 65s. That's pretty good. Are you in range of this inwit over here? Because I don't think it's moved. Never mind, it's not. You're 65s in this command vehicle? You are. Okay. Shape charge. Good hits. Very happy with what I see. And then you can move. Try and keep your distance.
Moving to position.
You're not really meant for the front line, so don't be there. So 25, 25, 25, 75, 50. We're working our way through the side groups first. Kaiju, stop shooting the catapult. Jeez, people. He didn't do that much damage here. And of course the Kaiju's overheating. I can drop some form of heat on top of him. Which I no longer have, but that's okay. Do you have a direct attack? Not direct, I mean. Cycle. 43. Ew. This makes you really terrible. High explosive indirect. Coming your way. Pop. Doing good. I will probably direct a couple of arrows
Serious armor loss.
over towards the kaiju right now because he's vulnerable. And if I can shut him down, that just makes my life easier. You don't want to deal with 3 king crabs at the same time, so we may as well... Another bloody centurion. They're everywhere. They're like cockroaches. They just kind of come out of the walls. Like these Ajax command vehicle, the Antos. I have no idea where they came from. They just appeared one day.
Yep.
Alright, the catapult. So, in order to be hidden, you do indeed have to run. So I will run right into there. Which puts me back into the defense.
Let's move.
And then I'm gonna light you on a lot of fire. Violence out, okay. Easy take on the La Malinche. So we knocked out 2 more. The uber busted, currently non-operational Centurion is almost there. I can use that as a stepping stone if I want with the blackjack. But what I'd rather do is get up here to kill the Stalker. I don't think that's gonna happen. So maybe we'll run over here, shoot you, and come around to the Atlas. Oh, that would be lovely. I think your Endo TSM is still on. It is, I think. But we are certainly on fire, which is good. On this mech, light it on fire, drop napalm on it, fire... I would fire friendly arrows at it if it didn't do damage. Did the Stalker just walk into my range? Please tell me the Stalker just walked into my range. Focusing on the Onager. Taking a lot of damage on the Onager as well.
I'm showing minor damage.
A little bit more of a tanky design than the Catapult Mark II, but hey. No, there's a cliff there. I was hoping for a second that I would actually be able to get there, but there's no... I doubt that we can just go up that cliff. Fire slowly spreading, which is exactly what we want. Ajax getting a little bit roughed up. Ow. That risk king crab has got to die soon. So what I could do is I could try and swarm him with my fire mechs. But I'm not sure if that'll get the job done. You are super toasty. I'd like to capitalize on that. Thanatos. I mean, I can just kill you. That is wholly within my power. 51 is kinda not good enough. I have 8 shape charges though, and we're starting to get to that point. Wow, he's got a lot of thunder. I hate thunder mechs so much.
Engaging with target.
Yeah, we missed. We will walk on forward. She shouldn't be too aggressive, unfortunately. Should be somewhat protective.
Roger that.
Keep the AMS together. Landmines! I hate landmines. Ooh, that's not good. You're in the middle of fire. Alright, because the tank. Black Knight taking a little bit of fire. If you wouldn't mind shooting some fire over towards the Black Knight, that'd be fine. Death Crusade, your King Crack. Stalker, Ajax, yes. Target that Ajax assault tank. Full run on the guns. That's my current problem. Terrain, target move, no visual. ECM shield. Ruin sensor lock range. You are? How adorable. So I could just trade off between those 2 racks. That's actually totally reasonable. I don't know how I see it. I don't see a line. No, it doesn't matter. Fire! Only 2 hits. Very bad, of course. So we will shift on over to somewhere not in the middle of fire. Oh goodness, I may have cooked this mech quite a lot.
On the move.
I'll have to...
Oh, come on, it's like a steam bath in here.
Oh, I thought for a second he had shut down or something. But no, it was just the mines being extra annoying with how it demonstrates things. Okay. Paradox. Are you in a good position to cook me a mech? Because I'd like several actually on fire, if you don't mind. Let's see what happens when I switch over to Hydras. What sort of range do I get? Because I don't want to make myself too exposed. But on the other hand, if I can kill the Ajax in this turn, depends on how risky we want to make it with the risk tank. And the answer to that question is I will be quite risky. Vigilance. Hi, I'm going to target you. Ooh, somebody's got an AMS. A little bit of heat all around, which is good. So, you're not the one I need. I need the kaiju cooking. But you're cooking slowly. We almost got through that top armor, though. Down to 8. Atlas has shown up. Ho 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 ho, they want the onager. That was close. A Gauss rifle, 2 AR large lasers, that's not something I want to be looking at.
Reading you.
The Mackie and Jester. You're an easy kill, I don't care about you. You are twin 71s.
Locked on.
Hit and a miss.
Reporting critical hit.
And we are through the armor. You gotta be very careful with what we want to do here. That'll do. Keep him not in visual line of sight. If they get in close, I can start using the swarms. Yeah, the Black Knight is going to take a whole bunch of mines, which is actually not the worst thing in the world. It sucks because we don't want it mined too much, but hey, I'm going to deal with what I can deal with. So you get a high explosive indirect. And that's going to go right here. Oh good, they're all on top of each other.
Target locked.
Which is good. The moment Finn comes up, which is going to be next. The Mackie can move out to engage directly because he's designed for the job. But I'm gonna switch over to some Infernos. And I'm gonna drop these Infernos directly on the Kaiju for maximum heat damage. Sensor lock on the Kaiju first. Not in range, unfortunate.
Giving him everything
So the splash damage should stretch over to our Ajax, which it did, tearing it apart. And the heat on the Kaiju has got to be getting high. You just stay in cover. Wherever it is, cover is for you. Because attempting to engage out in the open is a recipe for disaster. Stand still. That'll be fun.
I hear ya.
Showboat has 2 targets. One of them is an Atlas. From the left side, no less. Can't get a back shot, but I will take this one. So you're going to Vigilance. Because I want you moving fast, because I might be able to get some decent work done here. This is going to burn out your TSM, unfortunately, because I'm not going to be able to get the heat up any higher. But hi. 823. And that'll kill you right now. Went through the leg to the left torso, and then into the center torso. Good job. So an Atlas is off the field. And hi, little kaijus. Hi, are you going to shoot at me? I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do whatever it is you like. Okay, he's feeling fine. Showboat's in an incredibly dangerous position, both for and against her.
Receiving you.
Onager. Oh, I am so tempted to cook up the Black Knight. Oh, is that a terrible idea? What's the button? Oh, there's a way to target your allies. Well, I can just area of attack her, but if I get that temperature back up, it would require a lot of heat, but if I can do it... Oh no, this kaiju strike is too gosh darn tempting. There we go. Kaiju's offline. And vulnerable. Oh, shootness. I forgot Paradox doesn't have shoot and scoot. That's going to be painful.
Confirm.
The amount of pain that is about to come his way is going to be very, 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 very painful. Fireman, run.
Copy that.
Hi. Explode? 75 heat, I mean, that's a decent amount of heat, right?
Standing by.
Fingers crossed. Hi, I got another kaiju up there. Double tap the Infernos.
Taking the shot.
More heat. Okay, edging it up a little bit more. That's interesting. Showboat is up next, which is okay. Vulture's gonna share a little bit of armor.
Waiting on you,
Alright, Showboat's temperature is not gonna get anywhere near where it needs to be anymore, so she's down to 588 damage. And I can only attack the King Crab face on. Oh goodness, darling. Another vigilance, because next round is gonna be rough. Attack! from the front.
Going
Hit his face, hit his face. What was that? That was a right arm to right torso, which blew up the mech. Didn't get to the center torso. So that's an XL engine. I wonder if this kaiju can feel fear. Because I intend to go right through him. Stalker walking through in the heat. Oh, the temperature's getting to him. Opening fire with his medium lasers and a couple of missiles, but nothing much. Because the temperatures are too high. I could probably cook you out next round.
Waiting for orders.
Thanatos. It's so tempting. It is so tempting. Antos. Yes, I do need to kill an Antos. Let's get you closer. Not too close, mind you, because you are actually not... You have an Innersphere XL engine. It's dangerous. So I really, really, really should not get too close on this. But what I can do is start hurting you. Because I have no intention of taking you alive. I mean, you got a ton of risk gear, but, like, I kind of have more important things to do. Tag ground. Where's that Antos? Are you not facing the Antos, are you? Is that my current problem? No, you're facing the Antos. The blast radius is just tiny. I forgot. You don't have a sniper. You only have a thumper. And indirect, high explosive. There we go. That's why.
Roger.
Causing a little bit of damage and slipping on back.
Light damage.
Gotta be safe about this, because trust me,
Heading up.
this mech is not designed. It's okay. It's half designed to brawl. It's got 4 medium pulse lasers, which are really good, and you know an SRM-25, which is also really good. But like the Innersphere XL engine is just too dangerous. I have got to replace that thing with the Clan XL sometime soon. Can you grab? Oh my! No, no, no! Not my Clan plasma cannons!
Down.
You dick!
Waiting for orders.
Oh, that's so frustrating. Okay, get the Emperor up. It's time to start. Time to start mind crushing fools. Sure, I'll do a couple of shape charges. We'll see what that ends up going into.
Target acquired.
Didn't kill him. Okay,
I'm out of AC-10 ammo.
that's okay.
I'm here.
The Mackie. Can lay on there. High explosives. Doing damage is lovely. And soon we'll start going for attempting surgery with him. King Crack is a cookin'. We'll get him out of the cook.
Position confirmed.
Okay. I have but one rack. I may as well use it.
I hope we can salvage.
Alright, so he's dead. I hope most of my gun. I hope all of my guns are back. So next round I can just unload on somebody. They are. Oh, good. Next round is another bullet holes round. It's gonna be fun. Missiles incoming on the Onager because he's exposed. Gotta be worried about traveling crits. If I'm not mistaken. And you're boiling. But we knew that was gonna happen. You got a side torso open. Do you have an XL engine? Do we know? No, you do not. Okay, so you are actually going to be a little bit more difficult to kill. You are just the source of so much anger. To be fair, it was my fault for not moving Paradox, but still, gosh darn it, that's annoying.
What can I do for ya?
Kill me a stalker? You'll fire into my back. I don't want that. Couch.
Orders.
Right, so I need... Yes, you see him in the distance.
10-4.
My query. My foe. A sensor lockdown on his face. You are the one that I want.
I'm on.
Fire. Okay, 70 heat. That's a start. Gotta get a lot more heat down soon, but we'll start there. Even if the stalker's moving now, I'm still in position to be able to cut up the kaiju if needed. Oh, was that the King Crack? Or the enemy wreck? I thought he had already gone and blown off my arm. We're not dealing with two risking crabs, are we? Or did I just mess up the mental timing? No, it's just you. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, Showboat. Go for the break, because I think we actually have that under control.
I read you, Commander.
Hi.
Moving out.
Oh. There goes his leg and his torso, but he didn't kill him entirely. But it's certainly a way to open things up. Literally. Is my temperature? Oh, are we Endo TSM on? Oh, yes we are. Endo TSM is back online, baby. So somebody's gonna get the cook. We're down to 50, 50, 75, 50, and one lands entirely dead. Okay, so.
Receiving you.
Finn, you still have Inferno Vultures? Yes, good, lovely. Hi, Mr. Longbow.
Firing all
Please turn off. That's very close.
I'm out of LRM.
That's okay, you did exactly what I needed you to do. And your temperature's a little out of control, but that's okay.
Line. Heat damage.
So we have started to get things under, well, they've been under control, but I think we might be able to shut off the longbow this round, maybe? Depends on where the Onager goes. Because if the Onager can get into Hydra range, I can have him barbecued. If not, then Coach can certainly do it. Trying to get uncooked.
Ready.
Yeah, Onager is gonna get the ever-loving hell out of there. Because, dear God, that is the most... That... King Crack, man. Or not King Crack, that Risk Rack is deadly. Hydras. Go Hydras. Yes! Offline! And now, his headshot bait. Potentially. Maybe. 99%, you don't say. Oh, I would love to use a normal shell, but...
Firing on target.
Okay, that was not his head, unfortunately. So you can shift over this way. We're going to avoid that king crab. It's a bit too dangerous for me. So it looks like I'm going to have to try and burn him out, because I went for the headshot, didn't work, and he's a little bit weak. Okay, light Gauss rifles firing over towards the Emperor. Nothing apparently managing to get through.
Commander.
Chester's Emperor, Death Crusades King Crack. I would like to see who has the superior rack. 6, 6, 6, 6. Hiya, buddy.
Firing all weapons.
How'd you like it? I think he liked it good. I think Mikey likes it. If you remember that commercial.
Move order.
He likes it. Mikey likes it.
My heat sinks can't vent fast enough.
And
I'm taking
Jester.
damage.
Why don't you give me the coup de grace? Because I think we've got him. Oh, we're out of shape charge. Well, in that case, let's just make sure that it does every possible thing we could have ever wanted.
Firing full complement on the enemy.
Double hits. And look who's dead.
That's a kill.
Teamwork makes the dream work, and now suddenly that entire left flank opens up. I mean, yeah, we still have the Ontos to deal with, but come on. Let's be honest with ourselves. We weren't all that afraid of the Ontos. Sniper artillery.
Copy that.
Turn off the sniper artillery. Just drill him.
Target.
See, this is the thing that the Mackie rarely gets to do, but it's actually really good at. It has 4 large lasers. 4 ER large lasers designed specifically for the long-range direct fire roll, and it almost never gets to use them. Which kind of speaks to me a sign that I should probably remove them and put on a second sniper. Because that would probably get us more useness, because we don't use those large lasers very often. They are not very common at all, sir. I would like to shoot your front. There we go.
Affirmative.
God, this entire place is just on fire. Oh, 2 of my MMLs are offline. Luckily, that's only half. 85 heat. He's feeling stressed. He's feeling uncomfortable. But that's kind of the plan. Paradox in your Onager. You're going to run first, because let's not be dumb like the last time. At least I think I have a replacement for those cannons. You should be an Inferno range. And he's out. Okay, so we got that.
Yes, Commander.
Finn's Vulture. I'm going to leave that for the person who deserves it. Antos, guided arrows. The accuracy, not grand. What's my problem? Height. Ooh, height is a problem. Okay, good point. I need to start maneuvering for a position that I want.
Understood. Moving fast.
Hi. So, Antos, start. See? It went way up. Shut off one of the guided arrows.
Time to unload.
If you explode, I'm going to be so angry.
Taking damage.
Okay, that's fine. Showboat high. The Black Knight continues her, well, her parade of death and destruction. Berserker's up. I'm coming at you from the front, baby.
On my way. This is gonna be good.
Oh, Showboat doing the good work here.
My heat's getting pretty high.
Oh, that's beautiful.
You can
She
fly
has
anything
killed
here.
an Atlas. She didn't kill the Kaiju, did she? Or did she? She has been basically rampaging through assaults this entire time. Possibly MVP right now. Which is kind of amusing given what she normally does. Yes, fire at the autos.
Here it comes.
We're gonna break you down so that I don't have to worry about you anymore.
Move order received.
Set back there, Death Crusade. Your guns are all functional. How does that make you feel? Only one of the risks can fire.
Copy.
Couple of decent hits on the Centurion. But yeah, that's this thing's a thing of beauty. The King Crack looked head on at a nearly untouched rude at a nearly untouched King Crab
Minimal damage on that hit.
and tore away basically all of his armor.
Receiving you.
It was gorgeous. It was one of the most beautiful attacks we've ever done. Only the Centurion is currently in line of sight. Can you get a line of sight on that? There it is. It's 44.
Fire.
Haha, good shot.
Yes, Commander.
Now the Mockingbird does not really do the whole, you know. Can I actually? I would actually like a direct line of sight for Mockingbird. I don't know.
Order acknowledged.
Because that way, I can fire everything that I've got, and the Warlord. Hi.
Engaging target.
Censored because it's just too brutal for television.
Reporting critical hit.
I think she managed to hit every single shot? Is that what I saw? Because that was impressive. Okay, the Davians get to move first. They're going to return fire on the King Crack. With heat, no less. Interesting. So you're being a bit of a jerk, preventing me from being able to do my good work in the goodest of ways possible. I could run through fire. I don't feel like it.
I got you.
Consider this flank taken care of by virtue of the entire flank has either exploded or been lit on fire. I'll take what I got. Mr. Centurion is clearly equipped. No, you're not. Who had the fire? Who dared to move first? Was it you? No. Now the Centurion moves. It was the Imwit?
Ready for
Holy
order.
crap, must have been the Imwit. Hi. Guided arrow off. Enjoy. Ho 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 ho, 99 damage.
One more for the trash heap.
Good job. Now chill out. And then
Waiting for
Howl
order.
can move the Thanatos. Oh, that's too good to pass up. Shape charge, indirect, warlord it up. Let's make him hurt.
Confirmed.
Missed by 9. Good job, Howl.
Negative damage.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
Position confirmed.
Showboat. I don't think Showboat's in a position to do anything right now.
Affirmative.
Like, she can try and get there and eventually make it, but let's be honest with ourselves.
Uh-huh.
Twin strike. Managed to miss by -1. Dear God, this mech is a terrible shot. Absolutely horrible. King Crack, get out of the fire. There are in fact flames on the way, Hans. That's okay. I did get under temperature, right? Yes, ammo explosion is 0. Structure exposed, jump jet destroyed. We're not going to let him get away.
I'm starting to cook here.
Did you shut down, or are you just freaking out because of the sound effect? You're just freaking out because of the sound effect. But still, man, don't give me a heart attack like that.
Aye, aye.
Jester's Emperor. Wow, the accuracy on the input is amazing. Yeah, fire everything.
All weapons are go.
It's kind of hoping to knock your legs out at least.
Target's taking a critical hit.
But, yeah, I'll refrain from saying it. I say it too often.
Coordinates received.
And Paradox in the Onager. Oh, this is going to be expensive repair for him.
On my way.
May have to take a couple of missions for money. So they have Hydra and Inferno. They're both pretty terrible, but I'll do the one that is more likely to just hit eventually. Managed to crit his Artemis, so that's good.
Reporting.
And unsettled him, which is always nice.
I'm here.
And the Maggie. Wow, that's actually incredible. I'm a bit surprised it didn't just cease to exist, considering we nailed him with a shame charge shell. Okay, and it looks like he got it again. And he's running. He's a dual runner. Able to hit the Thanatos with a little bit of swarm. So the rule is we have to kill the Imwit, but we also have to kill the... Did the Centurion win too? What is this horrible initiative rolling that my team has been doing? I'm so incredibly disappointed in them. Centurion might get away. Hopefully he runs towards me. Tries to cook me. That would be perfect if he tried to cook the Endo-TSM. Oh, he did nothing. Okay.
Confirmed.
Thank you for confirming the fact that he did nothing. Hi, buddy. I was just in the neighborhood, and I figured I'd best introduce myself. Bet you didn't know I could do that too. That's right. We also have normal
Standing by.
SRMs involved on this mech. Good enough.
I copy.
Missed. I would like to kill him though. Paradox in the Onager. Could with, of course, with his Hydra ammunition. Not able to get in range.
I copy.
65 tons of fun, but not quite fast enough.
Reading you.
The Mackie.
Target locked.
Got nailed again with a second shell. That was gorgeous.
Mission successful.
Alright, so a little bit more damage than we wanted. Obviously, the Onager is not in good shape. I do believe I have replacement plasma rifles. I don't know if they're clan. If they're not, that's less heat. The clan versions deal more heat but less damage, which is better. Yeah, losing just the arm, which surprisingly didn't take anything except for the plasma with it. That's good. Black Knight picking up 4 mech kills, an entire lance dealt with just by her. Now that is some serious good work. Now the longbow's sitting there all nice and tempting. I gotta do a quick check on... Holy crap, that's a lot of mechs. Quick check on through. Is there anything that I really want? Probably not. I'm gonna be honest. But I am obligated to check, but I am gonna go for that longbow most likely. Oh, the risk chamomile 10s. If I can pick up a few more of those, I can fix a couple of my mechs. I have 8 plasma rifles. Risk rotary 5s. I can't actually use them in the King Crack because they're too big. The whole reason why the King Crack is currently equipped with Clan and Inner Sphere Rack 5s is literally because of that problem. A whole bunch of XLs. There's no Clan XL, so I don't really care. Guardian CM. A whole ton of Heaslings, in case you were wondering. The fact that they didn't bundle anything. Oh, it's so annoying. We come to rely on it so much, and like they did nothing for me here. Alarm Hydra. I actually think I'm okay on Hydra, and I didn't see any thumper shaped charge or anything like that. So yeah, we're gonna go for the longbow. I worked hard to find it. I wanted it. We're going to have to hope for a little bit of luck, of course. We need that one last part. Come on, game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got it. Picked up a Stark Boat, which we can sell. The Kaliyama, which we can sell. The Heavy MRM-40, which is... I mean, we've got 4 of them now. I don't know what I can do with that, but we've got 40 of them. And a whole bunch of absolutely worthless heat sinks. Because there is basically no mech in this game beyond kind of the mid-early game that you'll ever need heat sinks. Everything beyond that point is double heatsinks, double heatsink kits. That's all you require. And most of the time you don't even use external heatsinks. It's kind of the exception when suddenly you find yourself requiring double heatsinks. But I digress. Yeah, we got ourselves a longbow, which I will see about turning into an arrow artillery mech. Because that would be a good replacement for the vulture. I mean, it could be an augmentation to the vulture. After all, being able to just chuck a whole bunch of arrows on top of somebody is hilarious amounts of fun. And it is an 85-ton assault mech. I have built a 4-arrow mech out of a stalker before, over in the Apollo's campaign. I don't think I can do the Inner-Sphere version. Not without sacrificing a pretty huge core. We used a 250 rated core in the stalker on that one. 231 for the next 20 days. Most of that is no doubt going to be the Onager, but we won't wait for that. We'll be able to take other missions in the meantime. We have other mechs that we can use instead. So the Marauder is currently sitting there gathering dust, and it really shouldn't be. So 8 days on the Onager kind of sucks. King Crack taking 3 days. Catapult 3 days as well. Emperor 3 days. So a whole bunch of 3-day mechs, but other than that, not too terrible. Gonna come over to our mech store first. Just gotta check the store, see if there's anything cool. Probably not, but let's be honest. You always want to keep your eye on things. As more and more people move to 1.8, the store will become less and less awesome. So, somebody's been fighting enforcers. We filled up most of this. Got a long Tom cannon for 3.5 million. I don't know why anybody would spend that much for a gun that is just meh. And kinetic kill. The further you away from your target, the more damage it does. Problem is, it's also less accurate, and it has no splash. Oh, now that's worth money. That's really good, actually. And fire control system Gauss. Oh, the good one? Kind of. I mean, it's 10%. But I want it. Do I want it that badly? I kind of don't. I'll be honest. We're not really using super tons amounts of Gauss in this campaign. Racks are the way to go. The Timberwolf, of course, notwithstanding. Alright. Storage. We constructed it incredibly carefully. Okay, let's sell the Avatar. Oh, wait. I meant to sell the Stalker part. I mean, we may sell the Avatar eventually, but... Build me a longbow. There are 5 parts from the storage. It is cheap and easy to construct because of said thing. Hey, hey, hey. Look at them big missiles. Yeah. Looks like his head's gone. To be expected. Center torso is surprisingly intact. Oh, if that's the case. Repair all. It's not. Well, the fusion core is intact. Okay. So the center torso is intact. It is intact. So LRM-20s, heatsinks. Just strip this mech. Aside, of course, from the fusion core. Doesn't save me that much money, unfortunately. So let's see. If I wanted to equip this mech with lots of arrows, well, I've only got room for 2 at the moment. Give me an engine. Give me a Pirate XL engine. I still don't have enough room. The Inner Sphere ones are just so damn heavy. I have enough room for a quartet of the clan ones, but the Inner Sphere ones are just gigantic. Alright, where's my... Do I not have... Oh, I only have arrows 1 shot. That's disheartening. Huh. Let's see, how many... You have 6 missile slots. The heat on these is just too high to do that. Just to cram them all in there. So I don't have the arrows I thought I would have. Could have sworn I had the arrows, but apparently not. There's always something like this, which is just hilarious. Gotta back that up. Oh god. That would be amazing Is it possible? Let's find out. Let us discover together, friends. Although we have been going 15 minutes over. Let's just do a quick janky check then. Ultralight, because it's slider. 297 versus 255, yeah. 14 tons for ammunition and everything that goes along with that. Yeah, that's entirely doable. I have 14 tons of gear. I'm not going to need 14 tons. Well, actually, no. 100. I'm going to need 10 tons of ammo at least. Because I will go through more than an entire ton of ammunition with every shot. Because if we check the ammo on MRMs, heavy MRM ammunition comes in bins of 120. So we would go through literally more than a ton of ammo per round of shooting. Oh, that's actually hilarious. Do I have just normal? I don't. But I can't step these up. I mean, theoretically I could. There's literally nothing stopping me from doing it. I theoretically could put in 10 tons of ammo. I'm going through 160 missiles per turn. God, that's like a ton and a third of ammo per shot. What kind of alpha is this? I'm tempted to do it just for that. Oh God, just for that, that's tempting to do. 1,280. Dear God, that's a lot of damage. I've only got six slots open, so I can't even give it all the ammo it needs. Oh Christ, that's a thing. That's a hell of a thing. Oh God, I said I'd never do it, but this would be a terrible idea too. Oh, I don't even have it. Never mind. I was gonna put in composite, cause like, you know what? At this point, yeah, I got nothing left. So and the steel saved me 4¼ tons. Get rid of that. 8 tons of ammo. That just boggles the mind. Because I would need like 13 tons of ammo to make this thing run for 10 turns. Oh, that's amazing. All right, so we can do some crazy stuff. We have options to do some truly insane things. It's there. It exists. With all of my weight-saving gear, I have 58.273 tons, which is enough actually for 3 arrows, but we would put in 2. We'd probably put in 2 with some LRMs for backup in a very similar scheme to the way that we have the Emperor set up. The only problem, of course, being we don't actually have the arrows, which is a bit of a problem. God, I thought we had arrows. I was positive we had more arrows. But yeah, so the goal of the mech pretty clearly will be arrow, arrow, and then honestly try and mount them on the arms. Everything on the arms that you can. You got 4 missile slots on your arms. Yeah, this will be an interesting build. Something for more artillery, I think. We may just end up retiring the Vulture, because the Vulture has a built-in XL engine, and that worries the heck out of me. Although I could just build this as a massive missile, like, massacre mech, which could be fun. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for today's episode. I have been Tirak. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to see a notification every single time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode.